What's up, soldiers? Solid J here, and today we're going to be talking about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Had the chance to watch the movie upon its release. Actually, I've watched it twice now, so it's still pretty fresh in my mind, even though it's been a few days. But yeah, off the bat, the movie definitely lives up to its title. It's a crazy movie, from the pacing to the things that happen within the movie. It's pretty crazy. I don't know how far I'm gonna dive as far as spoilers. I don't know. Maybe a little bit here, here and there. I don't expect to spoil too much, but if you haven't seen the movie, which I don't know why you haven't seen the movie by now, but if you hadn't seen the movie, just click off my video. At least if you care, But yeah, my initial thoughts of the movie are, it was great. I really enjoyed the movie. Upon my second viewing, I did notice a few things that I didn't the first time, which is what usually happens. But honestly, like, in most movies, when I watch it a second time, it's like, oh, like, I'll notice something that's like, I don't know, like super crazy, or like, not crazy, something that's pretty important that I didn't notice the first time. Like, I'll usually notice it the second time and be like, whoa. But in this movie, I feel like I had understood everything, surprisingly. Even though it was pretty fast paced, I still had a good understanding of the movie on my first viewing, so I didn't really miss too much, I'd say. There was only a little tiny things I noticed the second time, and I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, so the plot, Doctor Strange, he's trying to basically protect America Chavez, who can travel between universes, while a certain character is chasing him for her power. I mean, I'll just spoil it. So Scarlet Witch, main villain, and she's trying to get America Chavez's power, so Doctor Strange is protecting her. That's the basic plot. Like, that's a quick summary. And man, they go in on this movie. Like, as far as Scarlet Witch and what they do with her character, they did not hold back. I honestly thought that was pretty dope. Like, just how far they take things. And honestly, it was really surprising. But the reason why I like this so much is because this is the first time I feel like we've really got a sense of how strong she is. I'm a fan of the comics. I grew up reading the comics, and I still read the comics. And seeing Scarlet Witch actually be the Scarlet Witch in the movie was pretty dope to me. Even though the stuff she was doing was pretty messed up. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, damn, if I was little and I watched this, I'd be mad as But luckily, a lot of stuff that happens that's crazy or I guess messed up, it happens in another universe. So yeah, our universe is good. We still got our characters, it's just our characters are all good and whatnot. But I was like, damn. And yeah, so that's like the main plot. It's just, Wanda's trying to get America Chavez's powers so that she can travel across universes and pretty much get her kids back. And her whole reasoning, bro, she was tripping on this movie. I was like the whole time I'm watching, I'm just like, damn, man. Like, especially if you watch WandaVision, at the end of WandaVision, it seemed like she kind of had, a sense of peace. Like, she had got closure from the whole kids plot and all that. She did have the Darkhold book, though. She did get that at the end. So, but honestly, I wasn't thinking much of it. I wasn't like, oh yeah, she's gonna get corrupted by this. But fast forward to now, and it's like, damn, her ass she's still tripping. But yeah, like, yeah, the overall plot I enjoyed. The movie is fast, like really fast, which I didn't mind at all. But the movie goes. Once it starts, it just keeps going. And honestly, I think that it aids in how enjoyable the movie is. I feel like because it was so fast paced, I don't know, it heightened my enjoyment of the movie because it was just going so quick. It was like, oh yeah, this is this, and yeah, I thought it was pretty badass. Honestly, a lot of fight scenes, especially like the scenes when like Doctor Strange is like traveling through the multiverse. That scene was pretty crazy with him and America are just going through different universes. That scene was crazy. There's a scene kind of towards the end where Doctor Strange is fighting and literally like a music battle. I mean, that's the easiest I can explain it. He's having like a music battle with a character, and it was pretty dope. Like the visuals, the effects. Oh man, it's sick. I wish I would have watched. No. Actually, no. I don't think I would have wanted to watch this movie in 3D or no. I watched it normal, but I think this movie probably would have messed. I don't know. I don't think I should have watched it in 3D. I think that's a pass. But I'm curious how it looks in 3D, honestly, because the visuals and man, like just how they do the whole time crossing and everything. Even America Chavez's powers, like the visuals for it look really good. And that's what you would expect from Marvel. Marvel's always had like top tier, CG and all that for the most part. But yeah, I was definitely pleased by how they did the CGI. I thought that was really impressive. And yeah, I have no complaints as far as that. See, if I really think about things that I didn't like, I'd have to go like really deep. Because overall, I did enjoy the movie a lot. There's only a couple things that bothered me, and it more so bothered me because I'm aware of the comics and I know how these characters act, and some things just they didn't really coordinate well with me. Like, okay, so this is a spoiler, but Mr. Fantastic appears in the movie. He's a part of the Illuminati, right? So when I see Mr. Fantastic, I'm like, oh snap, like, because I know who Mr. Fantastic is. He's like the smartest guy in the world, smarter than Iron Man. You know what I mean? This dude, obviously he would have a plan if anything were to happen, right? So fast forward, and the Illuminati, they trying to fight the Scarlet Witch. First, Black Bolt gets bodied pretty bad. I ain't gonna lie, he might have got it the worst out of all of them. He got bodied, which was kind of dumb. Cause I was like, this okay, yeah. This all ties into my point. Mr. Fantastic, the smartest dude. See, I'm used to this dude in the comic. Like, Mr. Fantastic is super smart, and he's not really known. Well, obviously his powers to stretch, but he's not really known for that. He's more so known for his intellect. And one of the first things he does is tell Scarlet Witch, I mean, not saying that she couldn't have figured it out herself, but he just tells her like, oh yeah, this is Black Bolt's power. All he needs to do is whisper in it and you'll dead. You know what I mean? You'll be evaporated. She's like, oh, what mouth? Bodied. And then from there I was just like, okay. And Mr. Fantastic does the dumbest thing I ever seen him do. I've seen Mr. Fantastic do some dumb stuff, but you're telling me going up against Scarlet Witch, all you're gonna do is reach out your hand to her to try to fight her? You didn't have no plan, no tech? And like, that's the thing, all these gadgets and stuff Mr. Fantastic be having in the comic, I'm like, come on now. You didn't think of nothing else but to stretch out your hand and grab her? Like that was gonna work? I was like, oh my goodness, why'd they do that to my... So he gets bodied, basically gets turned into a dang, like, spaghetti. Like, he gets bodied, and I was like, damn, man, like, why'd they do my guy? Like, see, it's not that big of a deal because it is another universe. It's not 616 is Fantastic or Mr. Fantastic, but damn, like, that's still, I don't know, I still didn't like how they did that. I felt like it was a injustice towards the character and just how smart he is. Like, and then honestly, I felt that way about even their Captain Marvel. Like, I feel like Captain Marvel would have gave Wanda a bit more of a fight than that, even though she was holding her own. Like, she held her own longer than the other superheroes, her and Captain Carter. But I feel like she could have gave her a bit more of a fight. And then how she died, like, she just got crushed by a statue. I was like, what? Like, wouldn't she have broken out of that? Like, this Captain Marvel. But I don't know. Maybe the universe is just trash. Like, that's the only explanation I could think of. Like, not saying that Scarlet Witch couldn't beat all these characters in our universe. I think she could, especially if you're going off the comics and stuff. But I don't know. I don't think they would have gone down that easily. That's my point. Definitely, like, Mr. Fantastic, he would have had a whole ass plan set up. You know, he wouldn't just be like, oh yeah, let's just talk to her. Like, he would have been like, okay, she's not listening to us. We're unable to reason with her. How about we go to plan B? You know, and then he would have had a plan C, D, E, you know what I mean? Just reaching out his arm, no go. I was not too happy about that. But like I said, if you weren't familiar with how smart he is or familiar with the comics like that, then I can see it probably wouldn't bother you. You probably didn't even notice it, you know, even though they literally say in the movie that he's the smart. All right. Let me not get into it. Okay. But yeah, that was like the only things that really bothered me, was specifically that part. But man, the cameos were pretty dope though. It was good to see Black Bolt in his suit. I thought that was pretty sick. He actually looked comic accurate compared to how he looked on the Inhumans show. Professor X, that was dope. He even said the same quote that he said in like Days of Future Past. Like, just because someone stumbles doesn't mean they're lost forever. I was like, damn, that was sick. And this Professor X, he actually looked just like the one from the animated series, which was dope. I hope that it's not the same one, because I'll be mad if he got bodied and that's the same one. But I don't think it was. I think it was just, you know, like a variant of that version. You know, like they just were paying homage to it. So that was dope. They even played the theme song from X-Men. They even played that when he entered. So that was dope. Oh, and another thing that was dope, when he actually used his power against Wanda, you could actually see the like swiggly lines going across it. Like, kind of like in the comics where you see I don't know how to explain it, but you see the lines going around his head whenever he uses his power. You actually see that in the movie, which was dope. I don't think I've ever seen them use it in that way before. I'm pretty sure they never did that in the Fox movies. So that was dope. Captain Carter was dope. And no, I do not think that was I'm pretty positive that's not the same Captain Carter from What If. Pretty positive. And who else was there? Oh, Mordo. I ain't care about him. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is that all the members? Yep, Captain Marvel. Yeah, I think that's all the members. The only people I really cared about was Mr. Fantastic and maybe Professor X, I guess. I mean, Captain America is my favorite superhero, but yeah, I ain't really care about Captain Carter, honestly. Yeah, my storyline over with. I'm cool. I don't gotta worry about my guy no more. He retired. He done for. So yeah, but trying to wrap this video up. I don't want to talk too long, even though I am I am getting there. Movie was great. Cameos were dope. I do wish there were a bit more cameos, a bit more multiverse hopping. You know, I was expecting a little more in that regard, but I don't have no complaints for the most part. The cameos were dope. The story was dope. I liked how Doctor Strange and I guess America Chavez, like how they defeated Wanda in a sense, even though they didn't really defeat her. They kind of talked her out of it in a way, or pretty much just pointed a mirror back on herself so she could see how she was truly acting, and so she could truly see how or what she was becoming. I thought that was dope. That was a good way to, I guess, give a sense of finality to her character arc that started in the WandaVision. That was a good end to it, I'd say. You know, just so she could see how much of a monster she was becoming. That was good. I like when Strange used all the souls and he became the, you know, he what they call it? I forget what it's called. I can't remember. But when he traveled into the zombie's body, was it Daywalk? Dreamwalk? I think it's Dreamwalked into the zombie's body. That was dope. I thought that was pretty sick. All the Evil Dead references were dope, especially with Bruce Campbell. That was sick. You know, I liked the ending. And yeah, I thought the movie was great overall. I'm excited to see what they do next, because they definitely hint at a lot of things, you know, with the third eye and all that. Now that right there was actually really dope to me, because he does get the third eye in the comics. So I'm real curious how they're gonna use it in the movies, because typically when he has that, he's corrupted in the comics. So I'm like, does he have control over it now or what? And what else? Oh, well, lastly, I would say that this movie is definitely the most Doctor Strange movie that I've seen. If that makes sense. Like, as far as comic accuracy and like the stuff I'm used to seeing in the comics, like just a bunch of crazy stuff going on and all this wackiness, and like it very much seemed like a comic book movie, and I thought that was great. I'm really pleased with how they handled a lot of the things in this movie. And yeah, I'm just curious to see what they do next, and curious to see if they keep this tone and this level of violence that they had, because I thought that was really good. I think they need to keep the same energy in the next movie. So hopefully they do, and hopefully they can continue to impress, which I'm sure they will, because, you know, it's Marvel. But yeah, I appreciate any of you who watched this. Sorry if I ranted a little bit, but hopefully you can relate. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. And yeah, if you want to keep up with my content, feel free to subscribe. If you like the video, feel free to give it a like, comment, all that. Truly appreciate any support. And yeah, go watch the movie if you haven't. If you feel like you want to watch it again, watch it again. You know, I'd say it's worth maybe one more watch. And yeah, have a great day, y'all. Take care.